We're looking for the best things to do in Helsinki in 48 hours. After many hours of research, I found the best things to do.
What's supposed to be the capital city in the happiest country in the world.
We'll explore a sea fortress,
Declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
try local foods at markets and cafes,
The best hot chocolate.
and see what makes Helsinki unique.
Got a cute little market.
Before going to the sea fortress, we'll grab a Finnish treat at the market square.
This market is here from Easter until October. And it's right next to the ferry. That's our ride. I got one of these things. It's like a donut in the shape of a pig, and there's apple inside. Definitely just donut-y. Also, how cute are these? Little sign of spring here, isn't that nice? Oh, I can actually see the apple, yeah. And it's quite nice. We're gonna need to get our tickets. I actually downloaded the app instead of going to the little ticket machines. I should probably get going though, because it's 10:30. The ferry leaves in 10 minutes. Classic me. Let's go.
Just so you know, a single ticket lasts 80 to 110 minutes, and you can take different types of transport, like the ferry or the tram or the metro.
I think I'm inside the fortress now, and it appears that people live here.
Built in the 18th century, the sea fortress changed hands twice before it became Finnish. First it was the Swedes, then the Russians, and finally, when Finland got their independence, it was rightfully theirs.
Just imagine living here and you want to invite somebody over to your house. You just feel like, yeah, you just take the ferry across. Once you get into the fortress, you just turn left and then right to the King's Gate. And that's my house. I mean, cool. This looks a lot more fortressy. This is cool. I'm in the fortress walls. And it was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So we are walking on some pretty special sacred ground. Oh, it's right next to you. Oh my gosh, they're like purring. Are they in love? This vlog has now turned into bird watching. Hello, friends. Out of a really bad joke. Those guns are no match for these guns. Most of it, from what I can see, is actually covered with grass, which to me is super clever. I don't know if it was like this when they actually had to use it as a fortress, but it would be kind of sneaky, like it would be hidden. So imagine that first attack. I mean, now it just looks super cool. Look at that. Just grass growing on top of rocks. Nature.
Next is the Eiffel Tower of Helsinki, the symbol of the city, the Helsinki Cathedral. I've seen a lot of neat buildings in my travels, and this one is beautiful.
Kudos to you, Helsinki. Looks like there's gonna be a party.
A short tram ride away, there is a park with a unique story.
Taking the tram because my ticket is good for an hour and 10 minutes.
One of my patrons, who also has a YouTube channel and is from Finland, recommended I check it out. So there's this guy named Henrik Bergström. He leased the park from the city for 50 years to build a spa and make it into a business. This was during the 1800s, when there were strict travel rules for Russians, which meant that this became a popular destination for the posh society in St. Petersburg. People would come here to enjoy the villas, the restaurants, and fitness programs.
I think it's called Chavapusto. Right now, it's pretty ugly because the snow is melting. I mean, that's normal. I think in the summer, this place would be banging.
When the lease finally expired in 1885, it finally turned hands and belonged to the city of Helsinki again, which meant it was available for everyone.
This tree makes it. This is beautiful. Ooh, we're approaching the waterfront.
Gonna walk along this for a little bit until we get to hopefully some yummy lunch. I noticed that during lunch, there's a lot of lunch specials at restaurants, and it's great bang for your buck. Only 13 euros for this. Solid 10 out of 10. I'm super healthy. Finland, you continue to impress me. Do you know how nice it is to walk around a city and feel like nobody's going to jump you or rob you? This is something I really appreciate. For context, I live in Barcelona and I've traveled to some questionable areas in my lifetime, so it's like a breath of fresh air here. It just seems like people are very trusting. I just saw the famous Nordic thing where somebody's baby carriage is just sitting outside and people leave their stuff on tables. I think even in Canada, I wouldn't do that. Really cool to have that feeling and you could just be a little bit more relaxed, you know? The spring weather changes fast. We had a sunny morning and now the rain rolled in. That's why my go-to travel jacket is waterproof.
Or dark. Thank you. Yes.
Apparently the hot chocolate here is to die for. This is the best hot chocolate I have ever had. It is a touristy spot, but do you know what? I think for good reason. I got vegan hot chocolate because I have never in my life had vegan hot chocolate. So good. I was starting to get a sense of why people in the country might be so happy. Trust, nature, yummy treats. But this is only the beginning of my time in Finland. So I'll continue to explore this concept as I go further north. You're not gonna want to miss this. The next stop on my journey was meant to be, Ossaari Island? Did I get that right? Anyways, it's an open air museum that shows traditional Finnish buildings from all over the country. The visibility was bad for me, but I'm sharing with you just in case you have a clearer day, and I'm sure you will if you come in the summer. Good morning. I'm walking around and noticing already that there's a lot of cafes that are already open. 7 a.m. they open cafes. I love this. And they're full of people. Oh, it's so awesome. I'm excited to be here. Can't see a lot today because it's really foggy. It's like 26-kilometer winds and it's chilly and early in the morning, so we're gonna do our best. It's gonna sound stupid, especially coming from a Canadian, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've seen frozen ice water in a city. Vancouver, it's never that cold. I used to live on Vancouver Island. And then even when I was living in Lethbridge, the river goes so fast that it would rarely freeze over. Maybe I'm crazy? So to me, like, even just seeing the water like this is insane. Here we are, some local wildlife, some turtles. As I explore, I'm learning that the 1800s was when a lot of interesting parts of the city were built, like the oldest cafe. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me. It's popping in here. It's not even 9 a.m. Like, it's crazy. People just seem to be up and out, and there's actually reservations for tables. So she let me sit down where there wasn't a reservation because it's so early in the morning and they don't have the kitchen open, which I didn't know. But they do have a buffet. I'm not partaking in the buffet because it's mostly meat and cheese, which I don't eat. Anyways, it's 17 euros for that. It looks beautiful. They've got like cakes, yogurt, myself an Ekberg coffee, and then a fish sandwich. Such a nice breakfast. Probably won't be hungry for ages now. The decor kind of reminded me of my grandma's old house when I was growing up, so it's a bit nostalgic. Okay, I don't know what this is. Can I see inside of it? It's like if you look down the middle of a fallopian tube. I have no idea. It's first thing that came to my mind. It's like an artistic playground. If I'm honest, I don't know much about Moomin, but what I do know is that it came from Finland. I didn't grow up with Moomin. Instead, I had Calvin and Hobbes. And I got these 2 little cards. I kind of collect them because they're easy souvenirs. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel at the minute. So thank you for putting it in better words than I could, Moomin. Or whoever this fellow is. Tuutiki. You might be wondering about the saunas. It is Finland after all. Loili is the place to go in the city according to my research. I didn't go myself because I was leaving that for Rovaniemi. If you do go check it out or you've been before, let me know your thoughts in the comments and if it's worth it. The next best thing I could do was get into nature. They've made it really easy to get yourself into a forest or to a park. There's just a forest in the middle of the city. How fantastic. This is such a good idea. So people can come in here to this winter garden and feel like they're out in nature. I was on my way back to the hotel when I saw this individual. What are they doing? I don't know what that person is doing, but I don't think it's a good idea. Usually when it starts to thaw, you do not go in the middle of a lake. That's how danger happens. Friend, you're gonna go ice fishing? Are they taking a pee? They're just standing there looking down. Or maybe they know what they're doing. Maybe I was being overly cautious, and most people here would know when to go on the lake and when not to. So I left. I got my bag and headed to the train station. Destination: the Arctic Circle in Finland. The main reason I came to this gorgeous country was to reach its highest point, Halti. It would be peak 23 out of 50 if all went according to plan. If you want to support this YouTube channel and the journey, I recommend Patreon, where there's exclusive content, guides, and high-resolution digital downloads. All contributions go back into the channel and project. My hope is that by sharing these stories, you can get out and live your own adventure, whatever that may be for you.